for Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
Hey guys, Tessa with the Geekly Show here, and we are here at Pixar today. I got to check out some amazing shorts that these guys had a whole lot of stuff to do with. So first of all, I want to ask both of you, but I'll start with you. Like, where did your concept for this, where did you get the idea for Purl?
So the idea from Purl came from my experience working as a woman in animation. When I graduated from college, I thought that the industry would be like 50% men and 50% women, and that was not the case. And so for a long time, I worked in the industry and didn't ever really work with another woman. And I did sort of whatever I needed to do in order to fit in and survive. And I kind of didn't realize how much of my sort of the feminine part of myself I was like putting away and hiding in order to be accepted by my male counterparts. And so it wasn't until I actually came to Pixar and I started working with women for the first time that I realized sort of how much of myself I had secreted away. And so I took out my inner treasure box of like my love of Little Mermaid and When Harry Met Sally, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna let it fly. And really sort of started to be the person that I felt like women could look up to, and like, I support you in that meeting, or I'm going to talk about this movie that I know no one else likes, but I do. Yeah. So that's sort of where the inspiration came from.
That's great. How about you?
Mine was actually coming from like a creative rut. When I was here at Pixar, I was developing another project with a director, and we were working on that for a long time, like a couple of years, and we couldn't get it going anywhere. So I felt like I was on this track. And I literally just wanted to break out and try something new, but also trying to make it relatable. Like the grass is always greener, and you feel like maybe sometimes you're just stuck in your job or whatever it could be. But it was kind of just coming out of like artistic frustration at that moment.
Yeah, well, I loved them both. I watched them with my kids. I know, it was under embargo, and I'm like, you guys aren't supposed to watch this. But my 8-year-old daughter absolutely loved Purl. She thought it was great. She's like, I love that she's a pink ball of yarn. So I'm curious, where did the idea of her being yarn come from?
So at the time that I was sort of like developing the personal part of the story, I was also really into fabric art. Like I've always been weirdly interested in like macrame or crochet, and I really just kind of got interested in this idea of yarn being sort of this like raw property that could really be anything. Like it could be art, it could be clothing, it can be just a whole bunch of different things. And I just thought that was a really interesting concept, like this idea of like a transformative quality, and you can be whatever you want. And that's kind of how it felt like, when I would work in these places, that I would like knit myself a new persona. And so I was like, oh, that's interesting, like a ball of yarn knitting herself a new persona to fit in at work. And so that's kind of where it came from.
Yeah, at first watching it, I was like, oh, my daughter, I'm showing her to change herself. But and then I got there and I was like, okay.
It turned out okay.
All right, I agree. I was like, don't pay attention to this.
Yeah.
But she really loved it. And my other daughter, absolutely, she's like obsessed with robots. So she was like, are there going to be toys of these? And I was like, I don't know. Probably that. That would be cool.
That'd be amazing if there was. Let me know if there's toys, because I want them.
She's like, I want those guys. And she was so sad when they like couldn't high five at the beginning. She's like, oh, they can't reach each other. I was like, oh, I know. It's just sad. But they were really great. But how did you guys get started at Pixar?
Right.
I came up here in 2005 as a storyboard artist, and I started working on Brave with Brenda Chapman, and then slowly I rise through the ranks. I was head of story on that, and that's kind of how I got here. And then I just kept working. Then I worked with Mark as head of story again on that, and kept developing in the with him, and then they gave me the SparkShorts. But that took about 15 years.
So I started at Pixar, and I don't know, how long was 7 years ago? 2012? 2012. So I first came to Pixar, and I started working on Finding Dory. That was my first movie. And I was on that for a long time, and then I went into development on Onward with Dan Scanlon, and so I was there like super early on. And then I'd been on that project for about 6 months, I think, and they asked me to make a Spark project. So I wasn't as seasoned as Brian.
Well, it's exciting. I'm excited to see more. They said there's going to actually be 6, right? Do you think they'll continue on with even more?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's more.
Yeah, they're working on more right now. It's pretty awesome because I feel like the growth of the Spark program has been, what do they call it, parabolic, where it's just like,
Yeah.
like it hasn't been like this or it hasn't been like this. It's just like, you know, each one is getting like exponentially better and exponentially more amazing. And I always say to David Lally, who like helped produce these things, I'm like, can I go back and like redo some things so they equal like where we are now?
Directors, but
like a director's cut.
Director's
Some of
cut.
the-
You never know.
Now with more particulate in the
Yeah,
air.
right. More lens flare.
More lens flares, yeah, totally.
Well, I think Disney Plus is a great place for it, and to just keep having more and more of these, because I thought, like, one of my favorite things about Pixar movies is like, read the Pixar short.
Yeah,
You can
I
only
know.
get one a year, really,
I
and
know.
it's like, oh, more. So
I know.
now we'll get more, which is good.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And one real fun thing, I just want to ask, what's your favorite thing on the Pixar campus?
My favorite thing on the Pixar campus. This is a tough question.
There's a lot of cool things.
Yeah, I know. There's so many. I would say, okay, I would say the hammock. Is the hammock still here?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay, I've never had the courage, there's a hammock, I've never had the
It's in
courage
between
to
the palm
sit
trees.
in it because I feel like if I did, people are like, get back to work. But I love the idea that it's here, like if you just want to
Just
chill
the thought
out.
of it.
Just the thought that there's a hammock on campus, I think is pretty awesome.
That is cool. I did not know there was a hammock here.
It might not be here.
It's
It
still
might-
there.
Is it still
It's
there?
still there, yeah.
All right.
I haven't been in it myself, but I walked by
Right?
it.
I definitely have hammock envy. If I walk
Yeah.
by there and somebody's in it, I'm like, oh, so brave. In the hammock.
Mine's the espresso machine.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I can make that type of coffee instead of just drip coffee. So that's my favorite thing here.
That's your favorite.
Out of everything
Out of
that's
everything.
magical,
Make,
that's
You're
make
like,
it sound
this
so
is espresso.
bougie.
Yeah.
You know, the hammock is great.
Yeah, the hammock and the coffee. That's why you
Those are the best, yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me, and make sure you guys watch the shorts on Disney Plus at launch, November 12th.